Edo fire outbreaks hold APC leadership responsible, state government says. Wow. So the fire that broke out in almost 3 of Edo market, Benin market, just saying that they should hold APC leadership for being responsible for the fire. That's what the state government is saying. They say that the incident is just too coincident to be accidental. Wow. So how did it happen? Let's see their account on this fire issue at Benin. As goods worth billions of naira were on Tuesday night consumed by a late evening inferno that gutted a shopping mall on Lagos Street, Benin City, Edo State, the issue became a dangerous between the state government and the opposition All Progressive Congress in the state, APC. Speaking at a press conference on Wednesday, Edo State Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Mr. Chris Osa Nehihari, accused the leadership of the APC in the state of being responsible for the fire outbreak, which he said had become too coincidental to be accidental, as the incident occurred anytime an election was approaching. Nehihari, who premised his suspicion on a press statement issued by the APC, which gloated over the unfortunate incident and attempted to make a political gain out of it, called on security agencies in the state to invite the Edo State APC chairman, Colonel David Imuse, retired, and the spokesman for the party's presidential campaign council in the state, Mr. John Mayaki, for questioning over their alleged complicity in the fire outbreak. This was just as Mr. Mayaki, in a press statement issued on Wednesday, accused the Governor Govt Obaseki administration of unconscionable negligence, especially on the issue of incessant fire incidents, reducing people's livelihoods and means of economic survival to ashes. The Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, in his address at the press conference, noted that the Edo State All Progressive Congress APC has confirmed our strong suspicion that they are responsible or at least complicit in the Lagos street fire of yesterday and similar fire incidents that have happened in eve or during electioneering campaigns since in the past in our state. The text of the statement reads as follows: the coincidence of this timing of these unwarranted fires is cause for concern. Edo State government strongly believe that the APC must be involved. Recall that prior to the 2020 gubernatorial election, Ikesa, Santana, and Oba markets were set on fire, as confirmed by the spokesman of the APC, John Mayaki. And in fact, traders in the Ikesa market told journalists then that the fire was the handiwork of mischief makers at a time the APC was aggressively looking for ways to blackmail Governor Govt Obaseki and dent his high popularity ratings weeks before the election. It would interest you to know that since after the last gubernatorial election in Edo State, there haven't been any market fires. Now that elections are coming again, the APC has resorted to one of its devilish and inhuman tactics and has started with the Lagos street fire incident. Burning down market is not a way to resurrect a dead political party that has manufactured unprecedented levels of poverty for Nigerians. We want to warn them and their collaborators to desist from this life of crime. Arson is a crime punishable by jail term. All right, both sponsors and perpetrators are equally liable. We advise the youth not to allow themselves to be used to sabotage our mothers and our fathers in the market and in the larger society. The relevant agencies of government have commenced investigation into the Lagos street fire incident, and no stones will be left unturned in the process, because enough is enough. Colonel Imuse, retired APC State Chairman, and Mr. John Mayaki, Chairman of Edo Media and Publicity Committee of the APC Presidential Campaign Council, are persons of interest and should be invited to help with investigation of not just this fire but all previous market fires on the eve of elections in Edo State. APC cannot continue to play politics with people's means of livelihood, Nahihari reiterated. Earlier, in a statement, the APC Edo Presidential Campaign Council spokesman Moyaki criticized the Edo State government's alleged failure to find a lasting solution to regular fire incidents which ravaged major markets in Benin City, the Edo State capital, particularly at the end of the year. The APC statement reads in part, every December, innocent women and traders in Edo State are made to suffer the terrible tragedy of seeing their life investments and possibly sole means of economic survival destroyed by fire outbreaks enabled by the negligence and irresponsibility of the state government. What is most troubling is that these incidents have followed the same pattern within the life of the helpless or hapless Obaseki administration, with no serious or proactive response from the government despite a heavy toll on the well-being of ordinary citizens, including market women who form the livelihood of Edo State's commerce. Moyaki, questioned by the Obaseki administration, was ever so eager to exert high taxes on the citizens without providing the requisite public services expected of any responsible government to the people. It appears this administration, in keeping with the PDP's approach of making people and state without any tangible investment in public services and infrastructure, is only interested in raising and withdrawing taxes without doing anything to help the people, Moyaki lamented. Whilst commiserating with the victims, he urged them to punish the PDP with their votes in 2023 and set Edo on a record of renewal, beginning with the election of Tinubu at the top of the ballot and candidates of the APC contesting state and federal elections in the state. The inferno occurred at the shop mall, which houses over 40 shops where cosmetics and kitchen utensils are sold. According to an eyewitness, the mall caught fire at about 7:30 p.m. in the evening owing to an electrical surge from Benin Electricity Distribution Company, BEDC. The eyewitness, who gave his name as Joseph Eboigbe, a dealer in cosmetics on Lagos Street, said there was no power supply all through Tuesday until at about 7 o'clock or 7 p.m. when the power supply was restored with a very high voltage surge, and by then most of the shop owners had gone home. What happened was that there was no light all through Tuesday until about 7 p.m. when the light came, but then many people had gone home. At about 7:30 p.m. we started seeing smoke from one of the shops. Before anything serious could happen, there was this burst of flame, and that was how everywhere caught fire. We have to call the fire service, which came, but before then most of the shops were already consumed. Oh boy. Most of the shops were already consumed. They saved the day because they came with 2 vehicles, and if it were not for their effort, the fire would have extended to other shops and houses there. Eboigbe further explained. A victim of the fire incident, Paul Umor, 70, who said he had been in one of the shops that were gutted by fire since 1981, and this in kitchen utensils, said he lost over 10 million naira in the incident. According to him, I was around till 6:30 p.m. before going home. I didn't see any sign of fire, but when I got home, took my bath and was about to eat, I received a phone call that number 16 Lagos Street, where I have a shop, is on fire. Before I could get to the place, the whole place was already gutted by fire. I was able to bring out some things, but those things were also damaged by the fire brigade people, who stepped on them and damaged them. The fire people used water, and even the water fetched from the gutter was poured on my goods. All the glasses were all broken, he lamented. Right? More pleaded with the government to come to their aid, as it is becoming very difficult to live as a result of the high cost of living. I want the government to assist us. We know that during the time of Adams Oshomole, those whose shops were gutted by fire at Agbado Market were given some assistance by the government. But for Obaseki, we have seen more than 5 markets gutted by fire in the last 2 years, but they did not give them anything. I have lost over 10 million naira to this fire incident, he lamented. Edo fire outbreaks hold APC leadership responsible, state government still says. Oh, wow, this is a serious one. A fire in Edo State, Lagos Street, actually gutted, burnt goods worth hundreds of millions. And people have narrated the account, but now both parties are trading blames, trading words now, shifting blames. APC saying Obaseki and his government are responsible because this has happened repeatedly in his regime as from 2020 and nothing has happened. All right, that he didn't compensate the people. PDP is not saying that they should hold APC responsible because these fires are too coincidental to be accidental. That means they have been happening serially, and the statement of the press statement released by APC against Edo State government has proven that they are responsible. That is Edo State government claim. So Edo State government is saying now that APC and the chieftain in Edo State should be held responsible and accountable for the fire that just occurred. But could that be? Let's see, just take a few comments here. I thought firefighters were positioned around the King Square area, very close to Lagos Street. At such proximity, how come they couldn't fight the fire? Well, that's the question. Is to tell you that Obaseki is fake. Everything that has to do with Obaseki is photocopy. Putting fire vehicle there without water. God will, is trying to cause Obaseki here now. All right? So the thing is difficult. Obaseki administration is a failure. Obaseki is confused. If not, how could the state government accuse APC? Edolites don't enter one chance. That's what that one is saying. All right. The commissioner needed to do findings of the cause of the fire before ascribing blame. People don't adopt safety measures in the use of electricity. High voltage or power surge can cause fire outbreak in the far room, and before it is noted, it has gone wild. So verify the cause before ascribing blame. Yeah, we agree. A lot of those market women and market men, especially those local markets like Oba Market, New Bini Market, Kiosa Market, and even that Santana Market, when you get there, the way people put their things, people don't care. They are selling cooking gas everywhere inside the center of the market. With the population everywhere, you will see them distributing cooking gas from cylinder to cylinder, transfilling between cylinders right inside the market, and when they close, they will still leave those cylinders filled, pressurized inside the market. How would it not happen? The previous fire I know that happened at Agbado Market, it was from a gas shop where they sell cooking gas. Right? So the same thing, they handle electricity without caution. People just do things anyhow, and at the end of the day, they cause problem for themselves and to the rest of the fellow traders in the same market. Now the government, instead of finding out exactly what happened, is beginning to trade blame straight away with APC in the state. Now APC is saying that those state governments should be responsible because they don't pay attention to the traders' need. Now those state government is not saying that they should hold APC chieftains in the state accountable and responsible, because their press release, their statement they released shows that they are responsible, that the incidents are just too coincidental to be accidental. Wow. So trading blame, how will it help? And somebody is saying here in the comment that since this has been happening under Obaseki's government, Obaseki has not ever done anything to alleviate the suffering for the people. That during Oshomole time, Oshomole gave the marketers something to alleviate the stress, the financial stress and the poverty. But Obaseki has not done anything at all. So my submission here, Obaseki should go and find a way to help them and make the market safer for the people, because this is a sign of failed government. If you are building a market for the people, it should be well built, well fortified with safety, and people should be oriented on how to manage those facilities and to manage incidents. All right, but that has not been happening. So it's also a sign of failed government, both in the past and the present, and something different has to be done to arrest this and to prevent repeat in the future. So thank you for listening, and that is the issue of fire in Edo State and the blame game between Obaseki PDP and the APC people in the state.